and welcome everyone. Sorry for some slow technical issues on our back end, but I'm really excited to bring forward an exciting issue of Chess Today, where we'll be talking specifically about our new partnership with US Chess and our efforts to help promote tournament play, not just over the board but online through US Chess online rated play. I've got Pete Karagiannis here on screen with me now, who's been working really closely with Chess.com to help bring this forward. And we also on the call have Carol Meyer as well as Mike Hoffpower to talk about this partnership as well. So really excited to have all three of you guys on for today's show. Pete, I'll start with you since you're on screen right now. Can you tell me a little bit about what online rated play means for U.S. chess members and what they can do now given the coronavirus outbreak?
Yeah, absolutely. As Isaac mentioned, we're very excited to partner with Chess.com. With the current situation, it's become practically impossible to play over the board events. But we wanted to find some way to let our members keep playing, to keep participating in official US chess events, and to enjoy chess, to stay connected via chess. So fortunately, chess.com is a great platform to do that. We've really got some wonderful features. We're going to go through some of them today to help make these events enjoyable and easy to run for anyone, any US chess members or affiliates who want to do that. So we're thrilled to be here, absolutely thrilled to be here, and I look forward to digging into these options for our members.
Yeah, for sure. And as I mentioned as well, we also are joined by Carol Meyer and Mike Hoffpower, who are obviously work with you, Pete, with the United States Chess Federation. So I wanted to give the floor to a little bit to them to talk about what they're looking forward to most as well with U.S. chess online rated play here on Chess.com.
So recently, this is Carol. Recently, the U.S. Chess Executive Board clarified the rules for online play and opened the door for us to work with Chess.com to offer the opportunity for our U.S. chess affiliates and tournament directors to offer online events for people who want to play. And the tournament setup on chess.com, provides for U.S. chess rated play for, time controls less than 30 minutes. And we're really excited about the leadership that chess.com has shown to give everybody an opportunity to continue playing while we're all at home, not able to get out and be part of something together in a single place. So thank you, chess.com, and Isaac, you in particular, and Pete in large part for making this happen in such a short order.
Thanks, Isaac. This is Mike Hoffpower. I'm a national tournament director and a FIDE arbiter. A couple of points I want to emphasize. I'm also a member of the executive board and was part of the committee that crafted the language that Carol mentioned a while ago about the executive board clarifying some instructions. And in particular, we clarified the fact that in two areas. One was it's not possible to rate games for online play that are at time controls greater than 30 or 30 minutes or greater. So members cannot affect their standard over-the-board ratings through online play. They can impact their online blitz rating and their online quick rating. But those are the only two ratings that can be impacted by online play at this point in time, the way the current set of rules are written. The other thing is you cannot rate any of these events for FIDE. So none of the online chess play is rateable with FIDE. So this is online US chess ratings for quick and blitz that we're talking about. And for those of you that are tournament directors, you should be referencing chapter 10 in the US chess rulebook, which deals with online play. And in particular there, the key point as you read through it is simply the ability of the director when he or she submits the results of the event, that the director is able to affirm that the games were played in accordance with the laws of chess. And we'll talk a little bit more about that during the remainder of the call. Thank you, Isaac. Glad to be here.
Thanks, Mike and Carol. Yeah, we're really excited to talk about this partnership today. We'll get into some of the nitty gritty of the technical aspects in regard to how to go about setting up your tournament, some of the hurdles that you should be familiar with. We also launched a landing page yesterday that is now accessible to all members on Chess.com. And so if you're on the fence about becoming a U.S. Chess member for the first time and running your first event, or you're a long-standing U.S. Chess member and you want to run your first online rated event, we've done our part in terms of making sure all that information is out there. We're going to go over some of that today, answer questions here on both Chess.com TV as well as Twitch.tv/chess. So feel free to input in both the chats, and we'll keep track of your questions throughout the show. But yeah, again, like we're really excited to be moving forward with this partnership, and are really excited to host a bunch of games among a bunch of active tournament players. And so I couldn't think of a better organization to work with than US Chess for bringing this partnership forward. And with that being said, I guess we should kind of go ahead and dive in. So as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Chess.com launched a new landing page for online rated play here on Chess.com, which will go through every single major bullet point that you should be familiar with when creating an online tournament, specifically how to build a club here on Chess.com and how to go about hosting a rated tournament, whether you're creating a tournament through our live club tournament settings, or maybe you're creating a quad, a smaller tournament that makes less sense to host through a Swiss event. And so I encourage all of the tournament directors out there who have questions about how to run an online rated event, definitely bookmark this guide. This will kind of help you walk through every single step that you need to know. There's also additional guides that are linked here as well in this landing page, so make sure to follow those as well in order for like detailed technical advice. But a couple of things that are really important with regards to the landing page that Pete and I have been working on over these past couple of weeks, specifically getting your affiliates certified by both US Chess and Chess.com, as well as getting your members verified here through this process. And if there's one theme, there's one takeaway from this webinar, and Pete, feel free to chime in here. Definitely take the steps to ensure to protect your organization, to protect your organization's events, so in that way when your event has an unforeseen issue or has something where we need to be on your radar, having fulfilled these steps now will ensure that you can run a successful, healthy event and continue doing so for the long-standing future.
That's right. One of the main reasons we took the time to put together this landing page was to make these online events and running them and playing them accessible, to make it easy to do, to streamline it, and to give players and tournament directors essentially a one-stop shop where they can come and have everything that they need at their disposal. But a big part of this process is also having both a record of the events that you've ran and having the support that US Chess and Chess.com can offer. And the creation of this landing page was to provide you with both of those things. So it's really important as you begin to onboard, whether you're a tournament director who's onboarding your club, who's onboarding your events, or whether you're a player who just wants to find those events to play in and enjoy the games. It's very important to start here. Start with the landing page. Visit the landing page, follow the instructions. There's 2 Google forms you can fill out, one for your affiliate, one if you're just a player and you want to sign up and verify your ID and get ready to go. It's very important to start there, find the appropriate form, fill it out, get yourself ready to play.
Absolutely. And while we know like filling out forms is not everyone's cup of tea, right, and they might not necessarily be excited to do so, there's a couple caveats to filling out these forms to kind of be on like the on Chess.com and US Chess's kind of watch list for events. Number one, one of the biggest changes on Chess.com is regarding third-party cash events, prizes that are purely cash that are awarded to users. Chess.com now has a verification process in which you as an organizer would need to work with us directly in order to then be able to run these events as a verified events on Chess.com to protect our users and our player base and our community. And so we are slowly scaling this out to organizers around the world, but in an effort to kind of help US Chess affiliates get started on Chess.com, we'll be working with US Chess affiliates directly first. And so if you want to run events through your organization that have various cash prizes, it's very important to fill out this form, not just for US Chess documentation, but also so you can kind of get a head start on Chess.com in terms of running the typical events that you may run at your club on Chess.com and disperse cash prizes among your members. So it's important to fill out this form. Additionally, on this landing page as well is the player member authentication. And while people who aren't organizers just want to play rated games might think it might be easy for them to just go join their local club's tournaments, while your local TD might be happy to let you play, not filling out this form actually creates a lot of hurdles for tournament directors in terms of being able to identify who you are, what your Chess.com username is, and then being able to export that into the US Chess TD affiliate area. And so it's really important to fill out this form. also, in addition to filling out this form, the U.S. Chess Federation also has an existing rated games club here on Chess.com, and so by filling out this form, you're also granted access to that exclusive club with U.S. Chess members, where they host rated games every week, and it's a great opportunity to play rated games. So make sure to fill out whichever forms apply to you. Obviously, if you're an organizer, fill out both. But if you're a player just looking for games and you already have an active membership, definitely fill out this U.S. Chess member authentication form.
It'll give you access to events that are running right now. As I recall, the members only club is already currently running 2 events a week. I believe it is a blitz event on Wednesday nights and a slower rapid event on Friday nights.
Definitely. And so, those are just some of the perks of filling out these forms. Again, we know it may seem like a little bit of a hassle, but the nice thing about all of this, it's a one-time process. As long as you're renewing that US Chess membership and, you're staying active, we'll have a way of tracking you, and you won't have to refill out this form every single time you renew your membership or renew your affiliate ID. So, put up with it one time. You're good basically for the duration of the coronavirus outbreak and beyond that, should you choose to continue playing online rated games in the future. So, definitely, fill these forms out. I can't stress that enough, but, filling this out is both a protection for you as the organizer, the player, and for Chess.com and US Chess. And so I think that's enough on that, but yeah, definitely fill these out. With regards to how to organize an event on Chess.com, I strongly recommend that all organizers build their club here on Chess.com, and so you can click this Bring Your Organization on Chess.com link, where Danny Wrench has a personalized video for you on how to go about creating a club on Chess.com. The reason why we recommend going about doing this is, number one, it helps you decide whether or not you want to have a contained audience among paying members of your club, meaning members who are paying maybe an annual or a monthly membership fee. Helps centralize communication, so in that way you don't have to communicate to them through Facebook or through Twitter or through an emailing list. Having a centralized hub on Chess.com will make it easier for you to then be able to have them play in rated events. In terms of being able to run rated events, if you're running like a larger open in which like you want to make sure someone's paying a registration fee to get into this event, it's also a smart idea to create a club that's limited and private to those members who are interested in joining the event. And so when you're creating that club, make sure to turn off and toggle off that anyone can join button. It should come up as gray, and that will help you limit who can join your club and allow you to accept individual requests from users to join the club. So really important to watch this video. I'm not going to play it here on stream because, I imagine if you're interested, you'll go through and follow it. But definitely check out the clubs. Another thing that Chess.com is doing during this trying time for everyone is, previously club creation on Chess.com was limited to premium members. Now, for the first time in Chess.com history, that's accessible to all members on site. So if you're an organizer who wants to start running events, you don't have to convert to premium just to start running your events on Chess.com. You can build a club today. And it's a really simple process. So make sure, to watch the video. We have an extra guide. And if you're a larger organization, we strongly recommend that you check out our affiliates page, which will allow you to earn a kickback on all members that you bring to Chess.com for the first time. And so definitely look into, applying for that. We reserve this for special larger clubs, but if you feel like that applies to you, this could be another, positive for your club in a time when it's very difficult, to generate revenue through your events. So,
Isaac, one of the great things about the club feature that I've enjoyed using is that it's a great way to just create a digital presence for your club. A place where your club members can go online. You can have a calendar in your club. You can have a club calendar via Chess.com. You can have news announcements to your members. You can have a tournament schedule. It's a wonderful place just to create a digital presence for your club where players can go and they can not only find US Chess online events, but they can find club announcements, they can find club news. You can stay connected with your club members and with your players during this unfortunate outbreak.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of clubs that are already doing this and are ahead of the game. A couple that are noteworthy, Mechanics Chess Club out in San Francisco, the Marshall Chess Club in New York, and a couple smaller organizations as well, like the Kansas City Chess Club and the North Texas Chess Academy. They're all, different types of organizations, but they've all started to bring on this trend of, let's bring our members onto Chess.com and let's start running events here. And the nice thing about Chess.com is, we're home to over 35 million members. There's a good chance that everybody that either has a Chess.com account or will make a Chess.com account in order to play those games with the people that they, that they want to beat most, right? So, definitely make sure to create your club, at which point you'll have options then to create tournaments. I'll kind of, go to that part of the guide here. So one of the things that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to run Swiss events here on Chess.com. the number one question, and Pete, maybe it's been a little bit different for you, but the number one question that we've got from tournament directors is how do I put my pairings for these rapid and blitz events onto Chess.com through SwissSys or WinTD. With the Chess.com Swiss tournament pairing system, you no longer have to do that. It's never been easier to be a tournament director because our Chess.com service actually does free pairing tech for you. And so you can run weekly events, you can run daily events, heck, they can even be hourly, but the Swiss pairings themselves, they follow the logic that's specified in the US chess rulebook. And as long as you go through with that process and just set up the tournament, that's all you really have to do. Communicate the link that tournament creates to your players if you so choose, and players will find that tournament through live chess and be able to quickly join the tournament. So the number one concern that I know a lot of TDs are going to have, that's basically eliminated from day one through the Chess.com tournament club setup feature.
Not only pairings, but the club tournament also archives the results, correct?
That's correct. And actually, I'm going to pull up a copy of that so everyone can see. So when you're done playing in a tournament, you're going to have an option through your mission control panel in order to pull up a standings cross table that looks something like this. Obviously, this is just a screenshot, but every club tournament, every Swiss tournament on Chess.com has an archived copy of the final tournament standings that are accessible through a unique link and will always exist on Chess.com. And so you'll be able to extract your results here. Chess.com is looking for ways to make this even simpler for you to convert through SwissSys and WinTD, but it's going to be a fairly simple process in terms of the extraction from player results to the US Chess TD affiliate area.
Right, and these results on the club page, on the live tournament section of the club page, are archived for full time, for all time. So if you ever have a discrepancy or need to go back and revisit a specific tournament, they will always be stored on your club page. You can see how your members have played against one another from the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always nice to have. I know the number one things that local clubs stress about is how do I export my weekly tournament cross table in a nice way on my website, in a nice way through a link, because I know I'm aware of the limitations of SwissSys and WinTD and in terms of doing that in a nice graphically designed way. And so having a Chess.com page like this, there's a comment section at the bottom where players can brag to each other about pulling off that great win or that special combination. And so there's a real social experience that encompasses all of this as well, that we encourage all Chess.com members to take advantage of, whether they're playing in a US Chess online rated event or not. So a lot of great features here in terms of club maintenance. I'm going to turn things over to Pete to talk a little bit about the tech side on the US Chess side, but before I kind of move over to that again, make sure to go check out this landing page. It's available now. If you go to chess.com articles, you can read all about how to create online US chess rated tournaments. And it's a step-by-step guide. We have additional guides and videos if you're new to chess.com and this is something that you want to do and you're just not sure where to start. So make sure to check out all of that as you're planning to run the tournament.
Yeah, so from the US chess perspective, there's few things that are fairly similar to over-the-board tournaments that we're going to discuss today in terms of tips for TDs or tips for new TDs. If you're an experienced TD, you're probably familiar with some of these already. But if you're just starting off and you want to get your club running events online, it's a pretty simple process. Make sure first pre-event that a couple things are true. Number one, you're going to need to verify your members. And there's a couple of ways to do that. One of them is through the US Chess Members Only Club on chess.com. That is archived right now. You can go and look there and find if your players are current US Chess members and link them up with their chess.com IDs. I believe, Isaac, as we discussed earlier today, we are also working on a distribution list, which will have an archive of US Chess member ID and chess.com member ID and username, which we will be distributing to tournament directors in the near future. Am I correct on that?
That's correct. That's not immediately available, but it should be available within the next week. And we're excited to get that out to help tournament directors quickly verify all of the players that they have in their ongoing events here on chess.com.
Great. Yeah. So we have some features that are coming out to make this process even simpler, but you can do it right now. Verify your players. That's step one. Step two, of course, is make sure your affiliate ID is current. We do have on the landing page a Google form to register your affiliate ID, which Isaac mentioned earlier. So what you'll want to do is ensure your affiliate ID is current. Set up your affiliate ID with chess.com. Schedule your events. We'll have a calendar for the affiliates to schedule their events coming up, so you can get that schedule and information out to the members. And then run a tournament. Now, when you're running a tournament, the same rules of OTB apply. As Mike Hoffpower mentioned earlier, you'll want to check Chapter 10 for a different online, or not different, but special online recommendations and rules. Once you've got everything together, you're ready to go, you run your event through your club, you schedule it through your club, and it goes live. The next thing you'll need to do is you need to submit your events via the TD affiliate area. Now, that area has recently changed. We added a new option. Isaac, could we get that screenshot up?
Yep, it's right now. It's live on the US Chess TD affiliate area.
Fantastic. So what you want to look for when you are logging in to the TD affiliate area is this very special checkbox called Online Event, Use Online Ratings. Everything else is the same. You'll notice that the affiliate entry is the same. The event name is the same. It should be, if you are a certified tournament director, what you are familiar with already. The one additional thing you'll need to check in the other section info, not FIDE rated, not team event, online event, use online ratings. That's it. That's the only additional step you need to take to change your event from an over-the-board live event to an online event run through Chess.com and use the appropriate rating system. Now, once you've done that, as I've alluded to in the chat, you will have, it will appear in your MSA as ONL. There will be an ONL prefix before your rating change. Otherwise, it will look identical to previous events. In terms of specific online play rules or additional TD guidelines, I'd like to turn it over to Mike Hoffpower. Mike, you had mentioned Chapter 10 earlier. What guidelines or special tips have you got regarding online play for new, or maybe not new TDs, maybe TDs who are new and putting their hat in the arena of online play?
Well, the first thing I would definitely recommend that someone who's never run an online tournament before should clearly read all the great guidance that Chess.com has put together on their website, because that is first and foremost, the sort of the official and most informative information that you can get your hands on. Second, I would ask you to reach out and identify another tournament director who has run an online event. And that person can then give you some pretty straightforward tips about the things that they learned in the online tournaments that they have run, and help you avoid some of those pitfalls that they encountered as they tried to learn the ropes on how to run successful online events. The third thing I'll tell you is that you have to be cognizant of the fact that there's potential for cheating. Now, as you will learn during this call today, Chess.com has some pretty significant and substantial measures in place to help prevent that. Is it foolproof? I would say we don't know, but it is definitely a great stopgap measure. And Isaac and Pete will talk more about that later. But you have to do as much as you can as a tournament director to ensure that that the play that players are conducting is done so in accordance with the fairness and safe play. I mean, fairness and fair play, and is in accordance with the rule book, and that it is not jeopardizing the sportsmanship or breaching the code of conduct that the U.S. Chess Federation has for all of its members.
Agreed. And on that topic of fair play, we should probably talk a little bit in terms of appropriate protocol, recommendations to have in place before you start running your tournament, as well as things to keep in mind as you're coordinating with your members and handling maybe a fair play accusation on behalf of members within your organization. So the first thing that that we outline in our fair play section of our landing page is it's heavily and strongly recommended to have an active video chat in order to monitor all of the players that you have on site. This way you can force them to screen share and see if they're using external applications, or see if maybe they're just receiving help from another player who might just be stronger than them, right? Or coordinating even with a weaker player, that can actually help a player's overall improvement, and you wouldn't want to see that in any other form of US chess rated play. And so in our guide we outline a couple of video call options that we recommend for all of our readers here. The big three that we recommend: Zoom, which is actually the video call service that we're using now to produce this show; Google Hangouts, which I know a lot of people are familiar with; and Blue Jeans, which is a competitor to Zoom. Although, unlike Zoom and Google Hangouts, they don't have a free version to use for widespread use. And so, definitely do your due diligence in understanding the different video calls services that you can use. Now, regarding fair play, Chess.com has the industry leading, fair play cheat detection service compared to any other online platform. And we've worked with Harvard University as well as other hot tier professors across the country to ensure that our fair play detection system works. However, that being said, some cases are more complicated than others, and we strongly recommend that all TDs wait the probational 72-hour period after their event is over, so Chess.com has that time to review all of the games and come to an exact conclusion with definitive results on each player's performance. In terms of bringing those cases to our attention, luckily for you, if you filled out that affiliate form, which, hint, hint, fill out that affiliate form, you're on our watch list automatically without having to request anything in terms of being able to monitor those games. Obviously, if you're running a tournament game on Chess.com, you're on that immediate list too. But being on that affiliate list makes it easier for us, Chess.com, to contact you directly about an ongoing case or investigation. The next thing to keep in mind there as well is that, while it will take us up to 72 hours to make a decision, if you submit your US Chess TD affiliate area request before then, Chess.com can't help you go back in time and unsubmit and then get the re-rate. So it's really important to wait for us, give it 3 days to pay out prizes, to pay out to insert any sort of rating change, and that will help Chess.com come up with the most accurate decision possible regarding a specific case. So definitely make sure to do that. You can report individual users in your tournament, but if you email them to myself or another Chess.com employee to review, we may not respond to you because we're already reviewing those cases. And if we haven't gotten back to in a case that seems suspicious, chances are it's still just going through that evaluation process, so we could be 100% certain that that player was using illegal resources or not during their games.
Yeah, a couple things that Isaac said there that are very important, and I just want to stress again. The first one is this is an automatic process. Just by declaring yourself as an affiliate, filling out the form, and registering with US Chess and Chess.com, this process will automatically be applied to your event. A lot of TDs are worried about fair play. What do I have to do? I'm a tournament director. What do I have to do to ensure fair play at my event? Well, one of the simplest things you can do is just sign up, and it will be automatically applied for you. That's number one. Number two, as Mr. Hoffpower touched on earlier, Mike said, the TDs are responsible for ensuring that the laws of chess are followed. In order to best be sure and be absolutely certain that you have done your due diligence in this regard, allowing that 72-hour probationary period window is really critical. That gives Chess.com the amount of time they need to ensure that the US Chess rated online games were in accordance with the laws of chess. It passes their test in terms of approval of what constitutes fair play, and then your event is ready for submission. So I agree. This is a wonderful feature. We're very lucky and fortunate that Chess.com has such rigid and well designed fair play measures. But as a tournament director, please remember, use them. Sign up as an affiliate so you're on the watch list. Wait that 72-hour, 24 to 72-hour probationary period, and then submit results.
Pete, this is Mike. If you can hear me, I would recommend also that start small. Don't start with a 200-person event. Do a couple of quads or a 10-person Swiss, something small that lets you get a feel for this capability and gives you comfort with using it. And also, the subtle differences that exist when you submit your event for rating purposes at the back end. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, just to back up Mike's point, the first event that I ran as a test event, we only had 15 players, but it was a great way to get your feet wet, to learn a little bit about how the system works, start to finish, to get some practice. If you're a club TD starting out and you just want to try something small, as Mike alluded to, there's a quad option. You can run a quad. You can run a small Swiss. I believe the minimum number of players you need are only 4. Is that correct, Isaac?
That's correct. Now, for our Swiss events, you do need 5 players just because if you do the math in terms of figuring out how many rounds it would take to have a 4-player Swiss tournament, it's not very long. And so we require that for a Swiss event you have 5, but it's possible to run events with smaller players, but perhaps have more rounds through like a quad structure, which there's a detailed section in our guide talking about specifically how to run quads through club challenge creation through live chess.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So start simple advice. As Mike said, start small, test the system, run a test event, see how it goes. Make sure your club is signed up properly. Make sure your players are all US Chess members with current memberships. We've talked about how to do that. There's more resources on our landing page if you want to reference back to those. And start small. Run an event with your local members, your local club. I would also strongly recommend, and Mike, maybe you have some thoughts about this too. If you're thinking of running a prize event down the road or a cash event down the road, don't make that your first event. Test it out first and work your way up to running an event with a prize structure.
Agreed. And to kind of hammer home on that point about cash events, make sure that you've worked with Chess.com. Chess.com will reach out to you automatically upon filling out the US Chess Affiliates form starting this week with regards to getting verified to run cash prize events. It's very important to get verified by Chess.com per our new update in our terms of services because we want to protect our users from potentially fraudulent events, and having your club be verified is a great way to kind of promote your event, help your users feel safe about the event that you're running, while also at the same time making your event attractive for potentially other players who might not be in your club. One of the advantages that I think a lot of organizers have overlooked is that through running online rated play, they may be a club based in California, but they could easily have new US Chess members from New York and Florida and Missouri and all over the country playing in their event. And so having that verification for your prize events is another great step along the way in terms of being able to broadcast to those users that you've done your due diligence in running a phenomenal online organization. So definitely great points to be made there. So in terms of US Chess Tech site, I believe that covers a majority of the bullet points. Was there anything else that you wanted to add on, Pete, before we started going on to user questions?
I think that covers the majority of what I wanted to talk about. Mike, did you have any additional thoughts in terms of tournament director guidelines, rules issues, anything like that?
Yeah, the one thing I'm watching some of the questions flying back and forth across the stream chat, and one of the ones that keeps coming up is over the board play versus online play. And over the board play is the tournament where I'm standing in front of Isaac getting crushed, or I'm standing in front of Pete getting crushed, not doing it over the internet, or over a web chat or something like that. So it's a standard over the chessboard, actual chess tournament. As this online play is just a user at home using their cell phone, using their tablet, using their PC, using what they have to better connect with the Chess.com system, and the ratings are different. The rating systems are separate and apart, for very good reasons, and they will continue to remain apart unless there's some rules changes, well down the road. But that's not the time for this right now.
Yeah, agreed. And so, again, TDs, do your due diligence. Read that guideline, read that landing page. From my understanding, US Chess will also come out with a landing page later this week detailing everything that you need to know on their technical side on the US Chess membership TD affiliate area in terms of how to enter in those results. So do your due diligence, take all the precautions, make sure to fill out the form so that way you're protected as a tournament director and your players are also protected as individual players. Pete, I've got a question that I knew would come during some point during this broadcast, and I know we hammered on it earlier, but let's go back to it one more time. The user in question asked, "Do I have to go back and submit every single one of my players through the player verification form?"
The short answer is yes. You need to know that your players are US Chess members. And you need to know that their ID has been verified. You don't want somebody playing on the wrong Chess.com username or the wrong US Chess ID. Now, as Isaac and I talked about, right now there is a very simple way to do this. You just go to the USChess.com members only club. There's a simple search feature where you can look up and see if that person's username is a member of that club. Okay, done. However, Isaac and I also just today came up with an additional feature that is going to be released as we discussed later this week. What we are going to offer is for tournament directors. We are going to offer, if you are a director, you will have access to a simple spreadsheet which will show the following 3 bits of information which are crucial to running an event. Number 1, they will show the player's Chess.com username. Number 2, they will show the player's US Chess ID number. And number 3, they will show the player's actual name. So you'll have those 3 bits of information at your fingertips. Now, Isaac, I believe our plan at the moment is to include that in our US Chess Tournament Director Club. Is that correct?
That's correct. And so as
Okay.
of today, there's an official U.S. Chess Tournament Directors Club. There's, unlike the other clubs that the U.S. Chess has, there's no verification needed. So if you're interested in becoming a tournament director, this is a great club to join to just be able to ask questions and kind of get that preliminary information. So it is open to the public, and we'll drop that link in chat here in a second. So that list that Pete was talking about, that will be available closer towards the end of this week. So if you're
Right.
planning on running a tournament this weekend, that's going to be great to have as a verification process. I've also worked with organizers one-on-one with regards to using Chess.com, using clubs, and getting familiar with tournaments. And they have hundreds of players who are playing in their events. So there's a couple things. Well, number one, if your Swiss event is already confirmed to have over 100 players, don't be afraid to reach out and see what I can do to help you. But more importantly, it's not out of line to ask your players to also fill out the verification form on their own behalf. I think, one of the stopgaps in this whole process is TDs feel overwhelmed because they feel like they have to fill out this process for every player. That would be, gets a little bit cumbersome when you have hundreds and hundreds of players playing in your event. So, have the players fill it out. It's a service to them because it means that they can also play in US Chess online rated events anywhere on Chess.com as well. So it does them more benefit than it does you, the organizer. And I know that that's been a little bit of a stopgap when talking with some of these players. And if you want to make it as simple as well, if you're not on my spreadsheet and I can't find you, you're not in my event. That's your call as a tournament director. But make sure that form gets filled out one way or another. If you're running a small event, maybe you can help them fill out that form. Maybe it's just helping them figure out how to get their PIN number for US Chess. So definitely fill out that form. I can't make that clear enough.
We've tried to make the landing page very comprehensive, and one of the things that's up there, if a player needs it, is there is a link to verify and discover your US Chess PIN number. So if they need their PIN number to get themselves ID'd and to get themselves verified, that information is there. I really want to encourage our TDs, whether you're just starting out and you're a club TD who filled out the form and has the rule book, or whether you're an international arbiter like Mr. Chris Bird in the chat, I really want to encourage you to join that club. We just opened it today. We have one of the strengths of US Chess. I personally believe I've been a US Chess member a lot longer than I've been a US Chess employee. And one of our strengths is we have a great community. Tournament directors who are more senior, who are more experienced, I've found are always happy to answer questions for you. Tournament directors are there to bounce ideas off of, to help you run an event even. So join that club, whether you're a national TD like Mike Hoffpower, been doing this forever, or just starting off, join that club. We'll post updates there. We'll post informations there. We'll post useful links there. Please go ahead and pop into the club, say hi, and we'll find ways to continue to improve that resource.
Definitely. And, I've got ahead and put up on the screen there the US Chess Pin Request Center, which is linked in both the landing page and within the US Chess Members Only Club as well. So if you're filling out that form, you get to that form, you're like, oh, I don't know where my pin is. There's a link there for you. Click that pin. You can put in your member ID and your email address, and you can get that pin delivered to you very quickly, and you can continue filling out the form. So don't be afraid to use that as like a mechanism to get your pin really quickly, instead of like trying to find that Chess Life magazine that I know all of you guys are reading. So yeah, we have another question from chat, which is more for Chess.com, which is in regards to file upload for the US Chess TD affiliate area. Unfortunately, right now, Chess.com does not support DBF files, given that is an application designed from WinTD and SwissSys specifically as an export to the TD affiliate area. So Chess.com wasn't designed to build that coding when it was first built as a website. However, we're currently looking to alternatives, and if there are any serious overhauls that will allow for TDs to have a quicker upload process into SwissSys and WinTD, those will be made publicly available both through the landing page, through frequent updates based on developer releases, as well as potentially an email blast to all of the tournament directors who are currently running online chess rated events. So another reason to get on that affiliate form, you will be on emails with important updates with Chess.com product releases that may actually help you run better tournaments.
Right, and as we touched on earlier, one of the potential options we're looking at to help improve that process is a potential CSV export directly from the results. So we understand the benefit of SwissSys and programs like that, and the benefit that they provide to TDs in terms of transitioning results from online tournaments to our MSA database. We're working to resolve that. I suspect Isaac will also include any information and updates on that in the TD information group. So that's another great reason to make sure you're in there.
Absolutely. So it looks like a lot of the questions we're getting are the same, and so since we talked about those earlier, I'll leave those as they are. But I know one question that you brought up to me was with regards to, do I need to create a club every time I want to run a tournament? And so this is, unfortunately, in order to create a club tournament, you have to first have a club. And so the one option is, yes, you can create a club for every tournament that you can participate in. But one creative solution that we've actually found in working with tournament organizers who are on the ground and are also looking for efficient solutions in terms of verifying members, getting members to join said club, and then getting them to get familiar with certain tournaments and see those tournaments in live chess, is instead of offering tournaments a la carte, through different registration fees, offer a flat fee for all of your events that you may have. So, for example, if you have like a weekly Thursday or a weekly Friday event, charge an entry fee that covers all of them. And then that way the player can just opt in, opt out. You don't have to individually manage every player's registration every time you create a new tournament. And this is actually proven to be really efficient for a lot of our larger tournament directors who are running weekly events already on Chess.com, specifically organizers at the Mechanics Chess Club and the Marshall Chess Club, and other clubs that are also organizing intra-club matches, whether it's across country or it's just within their club. So that's one solution that we have, that's available now, is just, we recommend doing that kind of pricing so you don't have to be as hands-on every step of the way. But we're aware that there are some other workarounds as well, and those are addressed in our guide in the FAQ section. So definitely refer to that, for efficient workarounds, regarding like recurring club tournaments on a weekly basis. So let's see. I'm pulling up chat here to see if we have.
Yeah, just to sort of generally respond to the chat. This is an evolving process. We've started off with, I think, some great features to help onboard new clubs, to help onboard new TDs, and to help hook up players who are stuck at home with something to do, with an event to play. We all want to be playing chess. I know we're all here because we're passionate about the game, and I think this is a great starting point. But it is an evolving process. As we continue to improve our resources, like a potential player verification database, like a TD guide, and like potentially additional export features for the results, we will make sure that you are alerted about those updates, about the evolving process. And of course, if you have comments, if you have suggestions on ways to make this easier, like I know Chris Bird has plenty for us, send those our way. We're working to make this as good an experience as possible for everyone who just wants to play chess. You're stuck at home, you want to play a tournament. Here's a way to do it, and it's going to evolve and it's going to get better.
By the way, speaking about Chris Bird, I want to give him a quick shout out because I noticed that in chat he's also helping some of our viewers who have very specific questions about their events. One question that I noticed he is answering is that the question about U.S. Chess Members Only Club and how do we know if they're in the club that they're also active members. We have a lot of different processes that we use here at Chess.com, but basically we are aware of every member's end of date for their current U.S. Chess membership based on their U.S. Chess ID, and are able to manage the overall members of the group by matching their U.S. Chess ID to their expiration date, and then being able to kick those players from the group should they not renew. And so if you get kicked from the group and then you renew later, then you would reapply to get back into that U.S. Chess Members Only Club. But the U.S. Chess Members Only Club is specific not only just to people who are or have been U.S. Chess members, but people who have active, non-expired U.S. Chess memberships.
Right, and just to respond to Quentin, don't worry too much about that, Quentin. There's plenty of other ways to verify. Simply your U.S. Chess ID number and your PIN number will be good enough. The spelling is not a major issue.
Right, and again, kind of going back to that, since that seems to be a theme of the day, is it's one-time process. Do your due diligence as a player. As a TD, just make sure that player has submitted their form, and once you've done that, you'll never have to do it again. It's just a matter of joining the club, and the TD verifies, gives you the check mark, and you're in their rated event. So definitely make sure to do that. So looks like we aren't getting any new questions right now. Pete, you mentioned that you ran an event for your local affiliate. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the things that you did to help make your club event a successful event, and some of the recommendations that you have out there for some of the organizers who might be watching this right now.
Sure. I mean, I think a couple of the things that I used were very simple and straightforward. Number one, the first event I ran only with players who I knew and could verify independently. I wanted to make sure, it was a local club event, players who all knew each other, and we didn't have any issues in that regard. Now, for directors out there who are wanting to run a new event at this moment, that may not be necessary if they follow the verification protocols. But the second one was I kept it small. I targeted somewhere between 10 and 20 players. I ended up actually right in the middle at 15. This made it a lot easier for a couple of reasons. Number one, if there were any issues or complaints or problems during the tournament, it was a smaller field to manage. Number two, As we talked about, exporting the results, getting them into the MSA was a lot easier with a smaller group of players. So that worked out very well. I have to say, it was honestly very simple and straightforward. The Chess.com pairing software worked wonderfully. It took a lot of work out of the TD's hands. One of the TD's main jobs, especially if you're a local club TD and you're just running a tournament for your chess club, one of your main jobs is pairings during the event, making the pairings, getting them right, and that process was taken entirely out of my hands, and it worked wonderfully through Chess.com. So I would again encourage TDs, start small, make a club. I actually found the club feature to be very accessible, easy to use. And not only that, but it was a great way to get everyone connected. I could give them a simple link. They could join the club immediately, and they could see the news updates with the tournament calendar, the tournament schedule, and any other information that they needed. So it was a really simple, straightforward process. I would encourage TDs, again, the big things here, onboard yourself, fill out the forms, get hooked up with chess.com so we can help if you need the help, and start small.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the screen that I've just put up here is an actual example of a tournament that happened today. This was actually the Title Tuesday that happened earlier today. Over 1,000 players played in this event. And we don't have any TDs here at Chess.com because our pairing software handles all of the pairings, all of the dropouts for us. So make sure to check out our features there. Common question that we've gotten from tournament organizers about said feature is, can you put in half-point buys? The answer, unfortunately, is no. We can only, there's only some room for late entry after the first round. But for the most part, keep it straightforward. If you can play the entire event, you can play the entire event. If you need to take a 0-point buy halfway through the event, unfortunately, there is not currently an option to withdraw and then re-enter into a tournament. So if you can't make it for the entire event, just plan on withdrawing from when you would have to take that 0-point buy. Kind of going back to what Pete said in terms of like that display, that cross table. This is kind of like an example of what that might look like if your event were several rounds. And so here I can kind of scroll over from side to side to see all 9 rounds of the event, and I can hover over any link to see who the players played during that round. And so I can see here that Salem Saleh on his way here played all of these people and their correct seeding. Now, obviously, I can't imagine that a majority of the organizers here would be running a 1,000 player event. But what I can say is that if you're following your 10 or your 15 or your 20 players as you're running your first events, it's actually very easy in the chess.com tournament setting to go look at the existing pairings to kind of prep your TD affiliate area with entries, right? So like, this player is white against this person is black against this person, and then you can follow all of the games live through our chess.com tournaments feature to enter in the results manually if that's what you decide to do from a workflow standpoint. So a lot of easy workarounds with our club cross tables feature. We're working on various export features right now to make tournament directors' lives even easier than this. But a great place to start if you're looking to run a smaller to mid-sized scale US chess rated online event.
I see 2 more quick questions out there that I'd like to address. The first one by Ace Rook, and I saw it also asked by another user earlier in the chat. Can the rating used for pairings be changed or adjusted? The answer right now is no. It will pair based on your chess.com rating. You can't manually adjust it. My chess.com long time control, 15-minute user rating is like 1700. So I played as a 1700. That's quite different from my US chess rating. Right now, that feature is not available. The second question, what about buys? Isaac, you and I talked about this earlier in the week. Really important for players to know and for tournament directors as well. If you leave the tournament or withdraw, you can't rejoin. Okay, so that's an important one. Now, I know that doesn't address buys, but the point I'm making there is that, if you miss a game and you don't tell anybody and you're gone and that's it, you're out. Now, I also believe that at the current moment, buys are not available. Is that correct?
That's correct. So, we have worked with tournament organizers who are scheduling like multi-day, quick and blitz-rated events, and so they're able to like pair via Create Challenge, which is also outlined in the chess.com guide. But we highly recommend for organizers that are new to this, stick to the club tournament feature. If someone needs a half-point buy, tough luck. They're just either going to have to play through it, or they'll have to miss the rest of the duration of the event for that reason.
Yeah, and I mean, something to remember, for those of you who are overly concerned about the buy issue, these are rapid and blitz events. The tournament that I ran as a test event was a rapid event. I think we did 10+5 as the time control. It was great. Everybody showed up. Everybody played all the games, and the whole event was over in less than 2 hours. We had a wonderful time. We played some US chess rated games, and it didn't take up our whole day. So from that perspective, The buy issue, can you do them? No. But on the other hand, these are rapid and blitz events.
Right, and that's a very important point to make sure everyone is aware of is that the recent executive board memo is explicit that only games that with a time control under G29 are eligible for rating under the new US Chess online rating rules. So if you're looking at running longer time control multi-day events, unfortunately those cannot be rated under the current US Chess rule system. So you're kind of on your own for organizing that and making sure all of your players show up accordingly. So make sure to take that into account when planning your event round by round.
Great. Well, I think hopefully our viewers found this to be an extremely informative session. We are going to have this archived on Twitch. Isaac, is that correct?
That's correct. So as soon as this show is over, you'll be able to go to our videos here on Twitch and be able to go back and watch any point of the video that you may have missed if you're coming in a little bit late to today's webinar. So make sure to kind of go back and watch through it if you had any questions that maybe you were just late on and missed the answers to.
Right, and keep in mind there's a lot of resources out there. The landing page that was launched yesterday will be updated. The Tournament Director Club will be open, and we will also soon have new features to help TDs make this process even easier. So keep an eye out for those.
Perfect. So I think that's going to be a wrap for today's special edition of Chess Today. Again, we're really excited to be working with US Chess directly to be able to help promote online rated play here on Chess.com, and so. Obviously, a shout out to you, Pete, for working with me directly on this. I know it can be a handful to deal with, and obviously Mike and Carol as well, who are sitting here on the call as well with us today. So thank you guys for all of the hard work that you've done in terms of promoting chess in the U.S. Obviously dating before the coronavirus outbreak, but specifically helping drive online play as an option for all of the players who really want to play in events through the U.S. Chess Federation. So we're really excited to be working with you guys to help move this forward.
Yeah, thank you, Isaac. You've been great, and we appreciate the support from Chess.com to help bring this wonderful feature to our members. And I look forward to playing some of the members in chat, playing some of our US Chess members, and maybe running an event or two here myself.
Absolutely, and I'll probably get in there as well. I've got to get some games in. It's been a long time. I was gaining some rating points before the outbreak, so I'll be looking to buck the trend in online rated play myself. So. Well, it's been great having you on here. Again, this video will be archived in our Twitch archive, so definitely make sure to check that out. And for any future updates, refer to our landing page. When US Chess releases their landing page, keep an eye on that for any potential future updates, tech developments. Go fill out those affiliate forms, both for player verification and for affiliate verification. And stay tuned because there could be future releases that could make your life even easier as a tournament director here on Chess.com.